Ta-da! The topic today: do you value your free time? If yes, wonderful, this video isn't for you. But things are not that easy. You will see. So thank you very much for tuning in, for clicking onto this video. All my viewers, you are welcome. All my new subscribers, you are also very welcome. So let's focus on this. Today I saw a video, and there are a lot of videos around. I quit my 9-to-5 job. I quit. There's a wave of quitting, because even if people have a good job and good money, something is missing. And they know to get the money, they lose a lot of things in their complete life. And everyone has its own description why he is doing this. But mostly they are not happy. And on the other side, when we have our free time, in our free time, we are free. We can be happy. And a lot of people have their free time. But imagine you quit your 9-to-5 job. You said, no, this money isn't worth being a slave of work, being a slave of mobbing and everything. I want to be a little more flexible. Yes, we can do it. There are so many options. And this is not the only way. So when you have your free time, and the big trap is, yes, there's a trap with our free time. And this is just another reminder, just to bring this up on our mental awareness table. Good reminder. There's a trap, and the trap is the habit. A lot of people have their free time. They already have their job in order, or they quit their job and they have the free time. But instead of enjoying the free time, they said, I wanted a bigger job. I want to have more money. Then they are already thinking in the other direction. So the trap of the free time is when it becomes a habit. Then you are not aware that you have free time. You have a time where you can do what you want, where you are free. You can do this or this or this. And this is such a sacred time. You can decide what you do, and you should do what brings you joy. And when we don't realize that we have this free time, just because it's so normal, and when we don't recognize it, then we think all the other stuff is more important than this free time. This free time brings me nothing. Oh, this free time can bring you everything. Your fulfillment, your happiness. There are people lying in the hospital. They would be so happy just to be at home and doing nothing and say, now I'm back, and now I enjoy just staring out of my window, see my garden, just wave to the neighbors. Simple things sometimes, simple things. And when we value these simple things, then we make them big. And when we make them big, then we say, wow, this is a wonderful moment. This is such a precious moment. This moment is priceless. This is why people quit their well-paid job, because they feel, I have a wonderful job, I'm at the highest point, get good of money, but I'm no more myself. I have no free time. They need vacation. But one vacation isn't enough. They need it every day. They need more free time every day. This is when it's too late, they quit. This is not the best option. They should have made something earlier to not come completely out of balance. But everyone is different. Everyone has its own thing going on. So when we have the free time and whatever we do in it, whether we just sit on the chair and say, now I realize that I am free. I can do whatever I want, but I choose to do nothing. I choose to do just breathing. I choose to eat an ice cream. I choose to eat a sandwich. I choose to play with my cat, with my children, or paint the house and say, I paint my house. This is the most important thing that I do at the moment. And I enjoy every little action. Yes, like a Zen. You're painting like a Zen master your house. We really can't compare this. So when we know that this time is precious, we are aware of this, then we give value. And then we recognize this time. And this brings you the satisfaction that we need. And when we value our free time, then we know it is really priceless, because our life is limited. We can't say, oh, I still make my job in 10 years. So many people say, okay, I still make my job in 10 or 20 years. They will never know whether they will get there. I wish this to everybody, but there's no guarantee. Don't wait and say, let's just make this job just 10 or 20 years, and then when 10 or 20 years are over, you think completely different. And the things you say to yourself, I will do this in a decade. When the decade is over, you say, I don't want to do this anymore. This was a crazy thought. How could I imagine 10 years ago that I like to do this now? Now I have a completely different perspective. And now I think completely different. Time goes on. Our awareness is always getting broader. And what you think now, probably you won't think in 2 days or in a week. Imagine a year or a decade. So we should value our free time and say, I have this time. There are people that have a lot of free time, but when they are not aware that this is a precious time, then this time doesn't serve. Imagine you have only half an hour. I'm exaggerating. I hope you have more. And you enjoy this and you say, wow, this half an hour is a complete universe. Then you put so much value, and this value brings you so much satisfaction. This brings you so much happiness that half an hour with the right awareness spent brings so much more with 10 hours, and you don't even know that you have these 10 hours, and you are unlucky because you don't have this, I'm missing that. No, we really should be aware of time. Time is the most precious currency that we have. We spend money and money can come back, but the time that is spent will never come back. Yes, yes. This was just a reminder. We all know this, but sometimes we don't think this. And a reminder is always good. Let's bring this back on the table. Just think this for 6, 7, 8 minutes. And this can change your next decisions. Probably the next days, the next weeks. We might forget this again, but I can't produce a video on this topic again. So probably I will produce every 2 weeks a video. Do you value your time? Version 126, 127, and so on. What do you think? What are your thoughts on free time? Did you experience something like that in your life? Or are you planning to make a shift in your precious schedule? Then this video was already worth giving a little more input. Yes. Thank you for your like. If you are not a subscriber, come on. Come on board. Jump on board. You will like the next videos. We have always interesting topics. I guarantee this. And all the subscribers that are still on board, they are on board because they like the video. Isn't this a proof that this could be beneficial for you? You decide for your own. Thank you very much for watching, and let's meet us in another video. Bye-bye.